Ladies and gentlemen, I have classified information. Information about what Musalia Mudavadi intends to do on Sunday. You all remember that Musalia Mudavadi promised the entire country that he's going to make a major announcement on Sunday. And that announcement is going to shake this country. I have information about what Musalia Mudavadi intends to do. And for those who follow this channel, yesterday I did a video about Musalia Mudavadi's options. And I indicated that one of the options is to run as ANC presidential candidate. The other one is to support OKA. The other one is to support Ruto, in which case he will be the running mate. Then the other one is to support Raila Odinga. And then the last one, I was very specific that he should accept to support Kalonzo Musyoka. And after that video, after I posted that video, I received a call from some of his handlers. And they were very clear in their minds that I was right, that Musalia Mudavadi is going to run as ANC presidential candidate. But there was an element which I didn't capture, which they thought was important. What Musalia Mudavadi intends to do on Saturday. So in this video today, I want us to look at Musalia Mudavadi's strategy on Saturday. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. What we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't get any other place. Like what I'm going to share with you today, you won't get it anywhere else, but you will confirm it on Sunday. And to those who are subscribed already, I want to continue to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. So I want to thank you so much, and just continue supporting the channel. And the easiest and the best way to support the channel is by clicking the subscribe button, by clicking that thumbs up button, which is very easy. Just click it now. You can drop your comment, you can share the videos. I don't want to waste a lot of your time because today is Thursday. I know a lot of you are rushing to meet certain deadlines. Now, let me get back to the main issue. Musalia Mudavadi will make a major announcement on Sunday. What is the announcement? On Sunday, Musalia Mudavadi will do two things. The first thing Musalia Mudavadi is going to do is that he's going to pull out of One Kenya Alliance movement. He's going to announce that for him is out of One Kenya Alliance movement. And probably, if you've been keenly following Musalia Mudavadi, you should have realized that the last two One Kenya Alliance movement meeting, Musalia Mudavadi was missing in action. And you should also have realized that when Malala attacked Kalonzo, Musalia Mudavadi did nothing. So the first thing he's going to do is to pull out of One Kenya Alliance movement. The question is, why is Musalia Mudavadi pulling out of One Kenya Alliance movement? He's pulling out of One Kenya Alliance movement because he can't pursue the interest he wants to pursue through One Kenya Alliance movement. One Kenya Alliance movement will either front Kalonzo Musyoka. If not, they will support Raila Odinga. That's their game plan. And the other day, you saw the Mavoko Member of Parliament, Honorable Makau, Patrick, telling Musalia Mudavadi to leave One Kenya Alliance because from what he thought, Musalia Mudavadi was already out. So on Sunday, expect Musalia Mudavadi to leave One Kenya Alliance movement. The second thing Musalia Mudavadi is going to do is going to declare his bid for the presidency. He's going to announce to the entire country that he's going to be ANC party presidential candidate for 2022. And I'm going to explain to you guys the objective, what he intends to do or to achieve by declaring his bid for the presidency. Kalonzo Musalia Mudavadi knows so well that he can't be the next president of the Republic of Kenya, but he's going to declare. The third thing which is going to happen, which Mudavadi is going to do, is that he's going to form a new alliance. And this new alliance is going to be between Musalia Mudavadi, and is going to be joined by Martha Karua, Justin Muturi, and I'm told that Moses Kuria is also going to join them. The idea behind this alliance is to create a very strong third force. And they hope that with Justin Muturi, Martha Karua, Moses Kuria, they believe they can manage to get votes from the larger Mount Kenya region. And if you add to votes Musalia Mudavadi is going to get from Western Kenya, then a runoff is definitely going to be occasioned. And in that runoff, either Musalia Mudavadi is going to number 2, and with Raila Odinga out of equation, then President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga are likely to support Musalia Mudavadi against Ruto. And if they're going to be number 3, then their game plan is that they are going to negotiate with either Ruto and Raila. And that takes us to the poll by the Star. I've always opined that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objectives. Let us go very briefly to that opinion poll by the Star. If you study that opinion poll, William Samoei Ruto is leading, and I'm going to do another analysis about it. William Ruto is leading by 46%, right? Then Raila Odinga is number 2 at 35%. Musalia Mudavadi is number 3 at 2.4%. Kalonzo Musyoka is number 4 at 1.4%. Then there is the undecided, which is 15%. Now, normally what happens in these opinion polls is that they can just be conducted so that you can get or gauge the real situation on the ground. The other thing is that they can always be conducted to influence the thinking or to influence voters. So this opinion poll, something is very interesting with it. It can be sponsored by 2 people. William Ruto can sponsor it, or it can be sponsored by the state. So the question is, why would Ruto sponsor this opinion poll? William Ruto can sponsor this opinion poll if, for example, he wants to convince Kenyans that he's going to win in the first round. Now let us look at the figures. Ruto is at 46%. Musalia Mudavadi is at 2.4%. What does that mean? It removes Kalonzo Musyoka from the equation. When One Kenya Alliance movement conducted their own opinion polls, Kalonzo Musyoka defeated Musalia Mudavadi in all formations. So the truth is, if Ruto sponsored this, he wanted to convince Kenyans that at 46, and if Musalia Mudavadi supports him at the rerun or just here, then that will be 48.4%. Now, the undecided is 15%. If Ruto is winning, then the undecided majority will go to him. Even if the majority will not go to him, then it means he will getting 5% will not be a problem. So if you add 48% plus 5%, that will put Ruto at 53%. That's a clear win. So William Ruto can sponsor this opinion poll just to get that. But the idea is Musalia Mudavadi must appear as the third force, and Kalonzo Musyoka must appear as number 4, so that is removed out of the equation. And even yesterday, which is in the headline today, there's another opinion poll by the Star, and that opinion poll is putting Rigathi Gachagua as the favorite candidate, running mate to Musalia Mudavadi, to William Ruto, and Peter Kenneth as the one for Raila. But in those opinion polls, Kalonzo Musyoka is not there. So there is a move to actually remove Kalonzo Musyoka from the equation. And it's coming at a time when the deputy president is actually going to Machakos. So that opinion poll might have been sponsored by the DP. I'm not saying. Number two, it could have been sponsored by the state. And if it was sponsored by the state, what was their objective? The objective of the state sponsoring this poll, in my view, would be to show that Raila Odinga is gaining. Because consistently, Raila Odinga, all opinion polls of late have been showing that Raila Odinga is gaining. So they've not put Raila Odinga at 35% and William Ruto at 46%. So if Raila Odinga is gaining, and we have 7 more months, next month they'll put Raila Odinga, for example, at 38 and put Ruto at 42. The other month they'll put Raila up, Ruto down. And then what they are going to do, they'll propel Musalia Mudavadi up. Then Kalonzo will be forced to join Raila Odinga if the state were to sponsor that. But what is the game plan? Just like I said, Musalia's game plan of forming another alliance, of pulling out of OKA, One Kenya alliance, and joining Karua, joining Muturi, joining Moses Kuria, the game plan is simple. Number one, they want to force a runoff. So Mudavadi intends, in his own thinking, to run for the presidency, then force a runoff. In their thinking, they believe that through that runoff, Musalia Mudavadi can be number 2 or number 3. If he becomes number 2, then their thinking is that if Raila will be number 1, then Ruto supporters will support them. If Ruto is number 1, then Raila Odinga supporters will support them. But if they are going to lose, their game plan is simple: negotiate. So that's the game plan. But what is the implication of Musalia Mudavadi being on the ballot on William Ruto and on Raila Odinga? Let us begin by looking at the implication of Musalia Mudavadi running on Ruto. Number one, if Musalia Mudavadi were to run today for the presidency, then he's going to deny Ruto votes in Western and in Nairobi. Because William Ruto's allies in the larger Western Kenya are currently, like I saw Boni and Wale saying that they should, now that Ruto and Mudavadi are in talking terms, then they should work together. So the fact of the matter is that if Musalia Mudavadi were to run, William Ruto is going to lose Western Kenya, because Raila Odinga is not going to lose, because Raila Odinga had, for example, in Kakamega, he had 80-something%. So if he had 80-something%, it simply means that those who will not be comfortable with Raila Odinga are either going to join Ruto or Mudavadi. So if Mudavadi is running, then those who thought of Mudavadi, of Ruto, then now can come and support. I mean, those who thought of supporting Ruto then can now come and support Mudavadi. And it will also be in Nairobi. William Ruto is banking on the Luhya votes. Now, the majority of Luhya voters who are trooping to William Ruto's camp, they are trooping either because they have no confidence in Raila, and that there's no presidential candidate from Western Kenya. So if Mudavadi will be on the ballot, then those guys will now not troop to Sugoi. They'll troop to Mululu. That's number one. Number two implication is Nairobi. William Ruto's calculation is that he can win the Luhya votes in Nairobi. Add to the Kikuyus, then he can craft his winning formula. If Mudavadi is running, it means, for example, in Nairobi, Sakaja will be a gubernatorial candidate there. UDA will not fail to get a presidential candidate. Wanjiru, for example. So if Wanjiru will be running, Sakaja is running, then ODM will also get another candidate. So we're going to have 3 serious presidential candidates, gubernatorial candidates in Nairobi. So that will reduce William Ruto's chances. If you had hoped or banked on Luhya votes, you go to a place like Westlands, which is predominantly Luhyas. What will happen in Westlands again? He has Harvey there. So Musalia Mudavadi will sponsor another Luhya there. ODM will sponsor another Luhya there. So it's going to complicate the DP's maths in that region. Then you go to Mount Kenya. You know, in Mount Kenya, there's the undecided. They are saying They either go for Ruto or they go for Raila. The number of undecided in Mount Kenya region has actually increased. So there are more people of Mount Kenya region who would not vote for Raila Odinga. They would rather vote for Ruto. What is going to happen is that now those are the people who are being targeted. Mudavadi will be offered as an alternative. So most of them will come and vote for Musalia Mudavadi. They are not satisfied with Raila, not Ruto, with the Ruto also. So they vote for Mudavadi. But what is the implication on Raila? Force a runoff. Uhuru Kenyatta's calculation is that he wants this thing to be done once and for all in the first round. Musalia Mudavadi running will definitely force Kalonzo Musyoka to also run. If those 4 people are going to run, no one is going to win in the first round. So we are going to have a runoff. Number 2 is the Western Kenya and Nairobi. Do we want to assume that Musalia Mudavadi has gained ground in Western Kenya, or Raila Odinga is still holding Western Kenya? Because if you solve the Western equation, then you solve the Nairobi. So if Musalia Mudavadi is going to win the support in Western Kenya, then Raila Odinga should forget even Nairobi. Although his only advantage is that this time around he has Kikuyu supporting him. I've seen several members of parliament from the Kikuyu nation supporting Raila Odinga. So he can give the Kikuyus Nairobi and then form an alliance. But in my view, Musalia Mudavadi is late. If you had hoped of pulling out of NASA, of One Kenya Alliance, if you had hoped of forming another alliance with a group of Karua, he ought to have done that before he was actually removed. Before he was, before people like Savola, people like Aseka left. He's late. Time bad. Thank you guys, and may you have a